Hello again. This is Ben Hitchcock Cross talking with just a short note here. I had to, let's say, edit the main video I had for today, and we're holding off on that for a little while. So I wanted to bring something up that I think comes up pretty frequently here, which is, can I go help somebody? Can I take a look into this issue? Can I take a look into that issue? And one of the things you have to understand about what an attorney is an attorney who represents somebody. So I speak using the law on other people's behalf, right? There's attorney at law. There's also other people who have power of attorney, who can make financial decisions, who can represent an individual instead of that individual. So that's what an attorney is doing there. So I know a lot of times we're mostly just thinking about the legal aspect and that advocacy and everything else, but I just want to focus here on that relationship here between somebody representing another person. A key thing to that is I can't, and this is both ethically but also as my role as representative, go to somebody and say, you need to hire me. I can't even say really that I can advertise my services as available, but attorneys are like vampires. You have to let them in. So I can't go to you again and demand that you represent me or I represent you. I can't say that this is a travesty of justice and somebody needs to take care of it and sort of go in there like the Justice League. I couldn't do that if I wanted to. If I had all the time, money available to me in the world, it's just not something that as an attorney is my role to do. There's also something, besides this principle here of acting on behalf of somebody, right? You have to have their full consent, knowledge, and let's say permission to go forward on their behalf. That's always an important thing of being somebody's lawyer. But also, the kind of cases that I do that are always going to be a rough road. So enforcing somebody's civil rights is not something that you want to do it's not like a car accident where you sort of sit back, give some medical records, and then you might get a check at some point. This is really a journey that both parties have to work together in. I'm going to always come back to you and say, what about this? What about this? What about this? Because there's always going to be a different angle. They're going to push back. There's always going to be something. Look at this new evidence. What does that mean to you? There's going to be work to do. So we're working together here, and that's an important part of that. So if somebody has an important case, again, no matter what it is, if I can handle it, if I'm the best attorney suited for it in the world, that person has to come to me and say, Ben, I want you to represent me, okay? And then again, I always have ways to be clear with them of how we can make sure that we're both working together because I always find that if it's just me doing all the work, that doesn't work because you can't take your civil rights for granted. You have to mean it and be in it to win it. So that is something, and I don't want to disparage people by saying that they're not. I'm not trying to suggest that at all. I'm just trying to say that those are the two things of me being your advocate or of an attorney being your advocate. The other thing that goes hand in hand with that permission, consent, and agency, which is the exact word for it, is also this concept of working together, I feel, because the best way to have somebody speak for you is when the two of you are working together to produce that speech. So those are my thoughts on that issue. Thanks very much. We'll keep you informed.